if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. We'll try to, I'm not going to try to mess with it too much, but if you guys can see and you can hear me, bark if you hear me in the chat. And Laura, I appreciate the technology upgrades. We are working on all of that here at the Ryan Ripken Show. But hey, look, Tomoyuki Sugano, so many good things that happened yesterday in this outing, and we already know this answer, right? It starts with the starting pitching. Your guys go out there and play well, or your guy gives you an opportunity to have success, it can lead to good things. Now, one thing I did want to note was Sugano. There's my little magic marker. The first inning was tough for him, right? And Zach mentioned earlier on that it takes time for Tomo to kind of find it. Well, guess what? You saw it in the first inning where he threw 26 pitches. And right here, I love it, though. First pitch fastball right down the middle. Nice. We're going to take it. Strike one. Now, he got a little bit bailed out here because he went a lot of off-speed pitches. And it's a 3-1 count right now, or 3-2 count. And you guys know how I feel about this. First batter of the game, I'd rather not give in. Luckily, you're going to see Grisham swinging a curveball outside here, which was a ball, but a little bit antsy. And you can see that's way off the plate. Not a great swing by Grisham, so it works out in the Orioles' favor. And they luck out there. Because why then? Well, Aaron Judge is up next. He's going to get a hanging slider that's going to sweep across, sweeper. And Aaron Judge is hitting 400 for a reason, right? So there's that. So this is the trouble in the first inning that we're talking about. We're going to get through the bad first. Then you're going to have Cody Bellinger, where he threw a lot of off-speed pitches to Cody Bellinger early on, ends up walking him. And then you're going to find yourself in a little bit of a jam here. But you know what I love here is that Sugano, even when there's chaos around him, he didn't give in. And then he went right after Goldie here and makes some really excellent pitches. So you're going to see on this first pitch, sinker's going to run in, right? Fouls it away. And then now if I can freeze it after a second, come on. So he just went one way, right? So we saw the fastball, sinker go this way. What I love is Sugano's like, all right, I'm going to take a deep breath. I challenged him once in. He felt late. Maybe I go this way instead. Get his mind thinking. And that's exactly what he's going to end up doing. Sweeper away. Now you got him 2 strikes. So really good game plan. So now if we're breaking this all down, so what have we seen so far? We've seen it go right. Seen it go left. Well, 2 options that he could do. But now he's making Goldie think, well, why don't we just elevate one right here then? And make him see if he can go chase. And that's exactly what happened. So 3 different ways that Goldie's going to see. And it was supposed to be in, but he misses high. And Goldie's like, dang, this guy's tough to read. So Sugano's battling. And then he finally is going to be able to get out of it here. Volpe's going to roll over on this. And the Orioles strand the bases loaded for the New York Yankees. All right, and then this is where Tomo starts to settle in. Fastball in to Dominguez. I mean, look at that. Painted. Absolutely painted. Right on the corner. So then now that we already have that spot, right? So he's thinking, all right, Tomo's not afraid to challenge me in. And then this is where we saw that splitter really start to work here. And you're going to see this thing just die over the middle, the bottom part of the plate where for a moment it is in the strike zone. I mean, if we want to freeze frame this, Tomo had this working. Right now out of the hand, that looks like a strike, right? That looks so close to take. And this is what we were talking about with Tomo, having an idea of what he wants to do. And then the thing just drops right off the table. Great pitch by him. And this was a theme overall for him. So for Tomo, you're going to see him continue to make the opposing team think. So you got a slider away. Kevin, you want to take a guess of where he's going to throw this next pitch?
Other side.
Other side of the plate. Bingo, Kevin. Well, actually, I had the wrong one in mind here. This is Grisham striking out on a great splitter. It will circle back through. Here it is. So we had the one pitch that went that way. Well, why don't we throw one? Going to throw one right inside here. And yes, he's going to get the call. You know, umpires, ABS system, that's a whole subject. But Cabrera's thinking out over the plate. So Tomo, what I love that he's doing, and you've seen a lot of these pitches, nothing went higher than 94 for him on the day. Average is 92, 93, but working both sides of the plate. So because he was able to do this, and then on top of it, now you're going to see this great splitter that he's going to have to work off of. So once again, though, a pitch that was a cutter right down the middle. So everyone's thinking it can go left, it can go right. And then when he found that splitter last night, you're seeing a guy that can be extremely, extremely challenging to hit. And it's just going to fall right off the table here. Once again, it's close enough out of the hand where Wells is going, I don't want to take that pitch. It looks like a good pitch or it's going to be a strike. I have to swing. And then it drops on down. I mean, look at that right there. That's where it started. That's where it finished. And that's why Tomo was having so much success last night. Upcoming is going to be one of my favorite at-bats of the game. After we're going to see another splitter right here. Just yay! Phenomenal. And Tomo's giving you a chance. But here in this situation, then, the Orioles are up 4-0, right? And there's a guy on base, and then you have Aaron Judge, who already has 2 hits on this game coming up the plate. And he is one of the best hitters. And actually right now in this count, it is 2-0. Everything is in Judge's favor right now. So, Kevin, what could happen? Well, Judge is going to be aggressive. He's also got a great eye. So you're going to have to challenge him, but you don't want to leave a mistake pitch because, Judge can make him pay. And Tomo is locked in. He's going to throw one of the best splitters of the day for him down on a 2-0 pitch. Beautifully executed. And you know what? Judge is going, all right, he's throwing that pitch a lot for strikes. Kevin, what's Tomo going to do?
Opposite side.
So he's going to go out there because now Judge is thinking he's going to throw that splitter again. And hey, now, beautifully executed. Now you're feeling the momentum in the stadium. Now Aaron Judge is going, what's he going to throw me next? Well, the beauty of it is it doesn't have to be perfect. All you got to do is get the hitter off of his mindset just a hair. Mission accomplished. And then, by the way, we're talking about that splitter last night being disgusting. Tomo does it again against the best pitcher, best hitter in baseball. And he finds a way right there to get out of it. That was my favorite at bat as far as Tomo, best in the world versus a guy that I think knows how to pitch as one of the best guys who knows how to pitch in the world. I'm not saying Tomo is one of the top guys, but I'm telling you, this is why he came over from Japan. He knows what he's doing. This is actually what I'm most proud about. Kevin, you remember the other day I talked about Charlie Morton, and I talked about when you're down in the count and you're in a situation where I'd rather a team beat me than me walk a guy and then you get a bloop hit or you beat me in a different way. Right?
Yeah.
This is a 3-1 count. Actually, I lied. I set this up differently. This was a sequence earlier in the game to Cody Bellinger. He's going to get a hanging curveball right here. 3-2 pitch. And he's going to smoke it through. Okay? And I'm showing this for a reason. This was earlier in the game. Now we're in the 5th inning. And this was just after the Aaron Judge strikeout. So Cody Bellinger now is going, well, he threw me a curveball. And for me as a hitter, I'm going, well, if I hit your curveball, I feel pretty good. Maybe I should sit on a fastball. That's at least what I would think. That's just my preference. But you know what I love? Tomoyuki Sugano is going, you know what? We're up 4-0. Cody Bellinger's a good player. But I'm going to challenge this dude. So I'm going to throw a fastball down the middle. Hit this thing. Do it. Strike 2. Now it's 3-2. And you know what? 3-2. He's mixing all of his pitches. But you know what Tomo says? I am not, if you hit this fastball out, good for you. And watch this location. It's not perfect. It's a good pitch to hit, Kevin. That's 92. But he mixed his pitches well. He's saying, I'm going to force you to beat me, and I'll tip your cap if you do. But guess what? You get a weak fly out to left field. And the Baltimore Orioles then, when you do good things like that and you don't beat yourselves, then you can get lucky at times. And that's a great swing by Goldie. I mean, this thing is up in it's the top penthouse of an elevator, whatever the hell you're going to consider it. And then when you pitch around the zone and you make guys beat you, you sometimes get great plays that can help your cause. And Cedric Mullins gets that done for the Baltimore Orioles here. So what we saw right there was an arsenal of pitches on display by Tomoyuki Sugano. And then on top of it, I'm going to challenge you in the biggest moments. I'm not going to let myself be the reason why you're scratching and clawing. You want it, you got to earn it against Tomoyuki Sugano. If he does that, Kevin, I'm not kidding you. This dude is going to be an all-star pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles. If we see this, Tomoyuki Sugano is going to help Baltimore get back on track, and he's going to continue to prove why he was so respected coming over from Japan. And if you like this breakdown, and I'm sorry about the audio, hit that like and subscribe button, look both ways, and wham! Shimmy.